Hi, I'm Tim and thanks for watching this video on my YouTube channel, MrTimTech. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at this, which is the GL.iNet GL.RM1 PE KVM. And also, we're going to be taking a look at this as well, which is the GL.iNet Fingerbot model FGB01. Now, you may be asking, what is the KVM? Well, it allows you to remotely control, either locally or remotely, a computer or server on your home network or office network. Say, for example, if you've got a rack of servers and you don't have monitors, keyboards and mice connected to them all the time, or, for example, if you've got just a home computer and you're on holiday, for example, and left your computer at home and you want to be able to access it, then you can also use this KVM for that. And of course, if your computer's not powered on, then you can use this Fingerbot to actually physically power on that computer or server. Now, as a disclaimer, these were sent to me free of charge by GL.iNet, and they have not had any say or told me what to say or do in this video, and they have not seen this video before being uploaded to YouTube. And in a follow-up video, I will show you how to install it and get it up and running. So keep a lookout for that follow-up video as well in due course. So let's get to it, take a look inside these boxes and see what you get for your money. So here we go with the Comet PoE, and it's the model GL.RM1 PE, and of course it's GL.iNet. It's a remote KVM, as you can see all on the box there. We have various icons there, what the specs are basically for the device. At the rear, we get what's included in the box. So if we open the box, immediately inside the box, we have the Comet PoE, which is in a plastic bag in a cardboard insert. It's a compact device, as you can see. It's metal on the outside, which is silver. Nice compact looking device. At the front, it's plain. On the top, we have the GL.iNet logo, and we also have a status LED there. Now, when you first boot this up, it turns blue. Then it will change from blue to flashing white. And then once it's finished flashing white, it will change to solid white, which means it's okay and it's accessible. At the right-hand side, we have a USB-C port, and that is rated at 5 volts, 2 amps. So if you don't have PoE on your network, you can actually power it via a USB-C power adapter. So you can use this in dual environments, whether you've got PoE or not. At the opposite side, that's just plain, as is the front. And the back, we have, from the left-hand side, we have a USB 2 port. We have then a recessed reset button there, which you use to reset the device. For example, use a paperclip or a pin or a reset device, which you can find on various websites. Next to that is the HDMI in port. So it's labelled HD in, not HDMI in, but that doesn't matter. Then we have a USB-C port, which is used to link your server, laptop or various computers, where it will be used to control the keyboard and mouse. Then next to that, at the right hand side, we have the Ethernet port, and that is rated at 1 gigabits per second. It also runs at 10 megabits and also 100 megabits per second as well. On the bottom of the device, we have GL.iNet with a QR code and also the model number, the input. So it requires PoE 802.3 AF. So that's just standard PoE, not PoE Plus or PoE++. It's just standard basic PoE. Then onto that, we have the login. So the website login, what you use to access the device. Then also we have the MAC address, the serial number, and then the device ID. Now the device ID on there is used to link it to the cloud. So if you want to access it remotely via the cloud, you would need that device ID from the bottom of that box. Also in the box, we have a Let's Get Started guide, which provides comprehensive instructions and diagrams on how to get the device up and running. And we also have a Connect with GL.iNet, which has a QR code, and then on the back it has the social media platforms and where you can find GL.iNet on the internet. Then lastly, in the bottom we have another box, and inside the box we have complete set of cables, what you need to get this device up and running and connect it to your server, computer or laptop. So first we have the HDMI cable with the plastic covers on the end. So that's, I believe, a 1 meter HDMI cable. We also have a USB-C to USB-C cable. So if you don't have USB-A, for example, you can use the USB-C to C cable there to connect it into the back of the KVM via the USB-C port and then into the actual computer as well. We also have a USB-C to A cable here. So if you don't have USB-C, for example, you can use this USB-C to A cable. Again, the USB-C end of that cable goes into the USB-C port on the back of the GL.iNet KVM here. And they also kindly supply a Ethernet cable. This is a flat Ethernet cable, and again, I believe it's 1 meter in length. So that would be used to connect to your router or router, network switch, and then the other end into the back, of course, of the KVM. So that's everything you get with the GL.iNet Comet PoE KVM. Now these are priced at around £100 here in the UK, so I think that's very reasonable for what you're getting for your money and what you can do with the device. It's really easy to set up, really simple to use, but I'll be showing you how to use it in the follow-up video. We have then the Fingerbot, which is model FGB01. Now this is a companion to the PoE device here, the KVM PoE. And what it does is it allows you to control and switch on your computer or server or laptop if it's actually been switched off. So if it's switched off, you won't be able to access it via the KVM device here. But with the Fingerbot accessory, this has an arm, a mechanical arm that rotates out, and it presses the power button on your device to boot it up. So inside the box we get a Let's Get Started guide again with a QR code, comprehensive instructions on how to set it up. Again, we have the Connect with GL.iNet card with the social media platforms on the back. And then we have the Fingerbot itself, which is a compact device, as you'll see. There we have the arm that rotates out, so this spins out and goes down, and you can adjust the sensitivity of that, whether it gives a hard press or a soft press on the power button. On the bottom there is an adhesive pad, so that's already stuck on there. So all you would do is adhere this Fingerbot next to your power button on your computer, server or laptop. And also on this there's a little battery tab, so once you release that it will power the device and release power from the battery to the device itself. And another thing, you can also open the device. So there's a little recessed groove there, or you put your fingernail in and just release the top, which releases quite easily. Then inside that we have a CR2 battery. So these take CR2 batteries, and they're designed and apparently last for about a year, with the device being powered on 3 or 4 times per day. So that's quite a lengthy result for that CR2 battery. Also, there's a USB-A dongle here inside this. Now, as this works with Bluetooth, what you do is put the USB-A dongle in the back of the Comet PoE. So that goes in the USB 2 port there, which then automatically pairs itself to the Fingerbot here. Of course, you don't put this in the computer, because if the computer's powered off, then it wouldn't supply power to the USB port on the computer. So make sure that you put the USB-A dongle here in the back of the KVM and not the computer. So once that's powered on, you release the tab for the battery, it will automatically pair itself via Bluetooth to the dongle here. In the KVM on the web interface, you'll be able to access this Fingerbot and power on your computer via that web interface. Also in the box with the Fingerbot, there's another compartment here, and inside the compartment we have this accessory which has a knob that you turn, and this releases pressure on the two pads there. So what this is designed for is to be used with a laptop. For example, say this is your laptop, you'd clamp it to the side, tighten up the nut or the screw on there. Then once it's clamped to the side of your laptop, you'll then be able to position and stick the Fingerbot onto the side of the bracket so that the arm reaches out and presses the button on your laptop, which are normally of course on the top on the keyboard side. So that's what that accessory is designed for. Also in the accessory box we get some spare adhesive pads which you can use if you make a mess up of the already adhesive pad on the back of the Fingerbot there. Simple, straightforward, easy to use. I'll be showing you how to use it and set it up in the next video, so keep a lookout for that video. So going on to just basically the specs for the remote KVM. So the GL.iNet remote KVM model GL.RM1PE is priced here in the UK, as I've said earlier, at about £100. It supports tail scale. It also has 32 gigabytes of eMMC storage built into it. Now what you can use that storage for example, is to put operating systems and applications onto it, which you can then use to install the computer remotely on the integrated eMMC storage. So that's useful for that if, for example, you can't access the remote files, or to save you transferring the files over the internet. It's browser-based access, so you can use it to remote control from Windows, Mac OS and Linux, and you don't require any apps, so there's no app needed. You just use a web browser. It supports 4K video at 30 frames per second, and that's using H.264 encoding. It also supports two-way audio, so audio will be transmitted from the computer via the KVM over to your controlling computer where you're accessing the KVM from. There's no subscription fee, so it's just a one-time purchase, even for the cloud option. So to access it from the cloud, there's no fees for that either. There is an option to self-host this, so you can actually remotely manage your own servers as well. And they do provide comprehensive instructions via a Docker installation for that. As I've said, the interface on the back for the Ethernet is rated at 802.3 AF or AT PoE support, so it will actually support PoE and PoE Plus, whichever you have available. There's one USB 2 port, and there's also one USB-C port, which is also a Type 2, so it's a USB 2.0, as is the other port as well. The HDN, of course, is used to connect the video to the computer. It has a quad-core ARM Cortex A53 CPU inside. For the memory, it has DDR3, and that's 1 GB of RAM. As I said, the storage inside, which you can use to access files, is 32 GB of eMMC storage. The resolution for the video is maximum of 4K at 30 frames per second. The power input is rated at 2 amps 5 volts, which you can use on the side here. The dimensions is 102 by 70 by 22 millimeters, and this weighs in at 140 grams. Now, with regard to the Fingerbot, the CPU in this is an NRF54L. The dimensions for this is 1.73 by 1.46 by 1.06 inches, and this weighs 90 grams. For the package, you get the Fingerbot itself, you get the laptop stand, you get the add-on, which is the USB-A dongle here, which is the add-on. You get the CR2 battery included, 3 pads, of course one is already on the back, and you get the user guide. And the Fingerbot here in the UK is priced at around £20. So that's the GL.iNet Comet PoE KVM and also the GL.iNet Fingerbot. So now, thanks for watching this video. Keep a lookout for the next video coming up soon after this one, where I will show you me installing the Fingerbot, the KVM, and then we'll get it up and running, and I'll show you how to navigate the web browser interface. So keep a lookout for that video. Of course, I'll also put links in the video description and further information that you can click on and use if you so wish. So keep a lookout for that next video. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.